from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's Week 10 of the we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Washington. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time, and leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler in his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now a give right side. It's Alexander. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it. And then,
oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. We got our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll run on first down. Green. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he is going to have a Packers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That throw is not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd down and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. We had their game last last week where they had 6 sacks. So a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was a nice score.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They are coming off the game last week, which was a very interesting game. And, Charles, ultimately it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st down, Alexander. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Green Bay offense ready to take over. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
On second down now, it's Green. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
The Packers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Now a give right side. It's Green. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game is starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, it's Green. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Called in left side here by Jennings. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll try and run it with a fullback strong. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carlson. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
second down and 4. Wilson forced out to his left. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them end with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protect.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Second and 15.
Now a give right side. It's Green, and he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And
the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Alexander. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down now, it's Alexander. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And it's caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Wilson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So, CD, maybe put a pin in that one as this game progresses. It's a field goal that gets him the lead here in the 3rd, but, boy, you hate settling for 3 when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, it certainly pains me to say it, but I do think it was the right call. Now, if they lose, you and I both know that'd be one of the things that gets second-guessed. Why didn't you go for it on 4th and goal? But I know the mindset was take the points, get the lead. And, by the way, if they went for it and got stuffed, they'd second-guess that, too.
The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have...
Oh, that's in the double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson, he finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
first down. Wilson. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they'd been down there. They'd been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Cobb. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now Rodgers. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. This is Jennings. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Green. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
2nd and 12.
To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The
passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Crosby on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Wilson. On a strip, the ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done, but they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And at this stage in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Green able to dance free. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Rodgers going to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball in.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he fires one, but incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Crosby is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the
the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll run on first down. It's Alexander, and they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They're in the 4th quarter in Denver. The Broncos, they're just pouring it on in that one. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 16-13. 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Alexander trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now is Wilson. This caught by Carlson. He's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the focus shifts back to the Packers offense. Trailing by 6, 35 seconds to go. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that. Pass complete to Green. Oh, and that a very short gain. They do get a first, but short pickups, not what they're looking for. And he goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. That catch good for only a couple. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though it's down to the last play, we're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon.